Hello, my name is Faith Maloney. Welcome to our July blessing, call to gathering. What if they are all angels sent to teach us how to love, to comfort us, to give us the opportunity to grow, to become all that we can be as our Creator intended us to be? What if they are our guides, our examples of unconditional love? What if they came into our lives to teach us forgiveness, how to face and embrace imperfections without a whimper or crying out, "Why me?" or "Poor me"? What if they were our teachers of life and how we should be? The length of life is not what is important. It is if we recognize and honor these teachings and become more, because of them, acknowledging their gifts and lives. They give us the gift and knowledge of how fear and anger and abuse result in negative reactions. They have also shown us the greatest gift of all, unconditional love, and how beautiful this response can be. They have answered the what if we will but open our eyes and hearts to their teachings. As we celebrate these lives, their spirits, their roles as teachers, angels, guides that they were, let us acknowledge and honor that their earth journey was a success, and we are more because they touched our lives.
Hello, my name is Josh, and I am one of the caretakers here at Angel's Rest. And in this point of the blessing, we'll talk about some of our little friends that had passed on for this month. For the animals that live here at the sanctuary, in cats, we lost Mist, Alvin, Roderick, Hal, Little Wayne and Little Bow Wow, Katina, Mike, Pageant, Bonnie, and Moonshadow. In dogs, we lost Drusilla. We'd like to honor the following pets by reading their names. Christine and Lori lost their Emma and Higgins. The Biden family lost Champ. Big Boy Jr., Squeaky, Max, and Baby. Harper, Shadow, Shawnee, and Tuesday. Bo, Bear, Paisley, Vicky and Jim had lost Beatrice. Rudy, Daisy, Baby, Clarice, Dee and Lisa had lost their milk dud. Alexis lost Bella. Matt and Megan lost Sylvia and Millicent. A best friend's caregiver writes about Penelope. As a caregiver, I do so much outreach with local communities. I recently have been working with a family who had a sweet little Chihuahua mix named Penelope. Penelope was friendly, affectionate, and always ready to leap into your arms to be held. She loved other dogs as well, and cats and kids. She had a special light in her eyes, and her eyes would twinkle when she'd smile. We lost Penelope way too soon, but her spirit will always be remembered. Our Best Friends New York team wrote the following about their beloved Keebler. Miss Keebler was a beautiful 7-year-old cat who was a favorite at the Best Friends Adoption Center in New York. She was the first one there to greet the public when we reopened our doors in May. She welcomed visitors with a soft purr and an affectionate, gentle touch as she quietly rubbed against your leg. Keebler had a few medical issues and didn't care so much for getting her eardrops and eye drops. However, she had an infinite capacity for forgiveness and never held a grudge. She made everyone she met happy and would always bring a smile to your face. Keebler took joy in simple pleasures: a kind word, a soft pat below her ears, playtime with a string toy, or a few crunchy snacks. She could be silly at times and loved to kick pillows. Keebler was funny, jovial, curious, social, sassy, confident, smart, and perpetually sweet, the perfect cat. Keebler was loved, and she is missed. Rest in peace, little girl. Gary had lost his Sig. It's been a month since we lost Sig. We're taking it one day at a time, but me and his brothers miss him very much. He was the cornerstone of our pack and my constant companion for over 12 years. He always gave me a reason to smile. He was my best friend. Love you, buddy.
Hello, I'm Byron. I'm one of the caretakers here at Angel's Rest. Unfortunately, the sanctuary lost Drusilla this month, and we have some wonderful words from some of her family members, her caretakers, I'd like to share with you. We all know that Drusilla had a big name at Best Friends and an even bigger personality wrapped into a tiny little body. She was well known by all Best Friends staff and thousands of volunteers and donors. She was incredibly special and interesting, to say the least. Drew made it clear that she was a very tough and outspoken queen sausage. No princess here. She was truly a queen. Drew made it known, if she was not your biggest fan, she also loved those in her inner circle unconditionally and forever. Some of her people would leave the sanctuary for years at a time and come back to a warm welcome from Drew. Her body wiggles, tail wags, and high jumps said it all. She spent most of her life at the sanctuary, but it became her home, and she was loved by her close friends and even those that were not fully in her circle but adored her from afar. She loved playing in water. The creek was one of her favorite outings. She enjoyed car rides, bouncing from seat to seat, and even honking the horn. Even as she got older, she was down for a long hike. Office time was her jam, and she loved picking up all the toys she could, especially those with squeakers. Dress up was her favorite game, or ours. But either way, we all had a blast. Over the years, she's been Superwoman, a sailor, Dorothy, a pumpkin, even a shark, which is pretty fitting. She rocked the agility course and would fly into the ball pit when she ran her rounds. Over the years, as she got older, Drew was comfortable with her circle of friends and did not really care to add more. As time went on, those that did know her really valued that friendship. You cannot put into words what it meant to be Drusilla's friend or family. She made you feel special. Looking back and thinking of all the remarkable things Drew has been able to do in life and all that she has accomplished can provide us with some comfort. She really lived life to the fullest. Every single day she was with us. I'll miss you so much, Jujubine. Tierney. And now we have a lovely message from our staff photographer here at the Sanctuary, Molly. The notorious DRU. If you stick around a place long enough, as I have, unlikely things will happen. I did not foresee myself being one of Drew's oldest and most trusted companions, but that's how things worked out. I held her head as she drew her last breath, and I can't think of a higher honor. Drew picked me to be her friend a long time ago, not too long after she arrived in 2011. I had to photograph her frequently for the Guardian Angel program and kept myself fairly neutral with her. Even back then, her reputation preceded her, and I did not have a desire to get on her bad side. But one day, as I was on the ground taking pictures, she pushed my lens aside with her snout and started licking my face. Ever since then, she's been my buddy. Drusilla was always unfailingly thrilled to see me, whether for photos or otherwise. As she got older and became more picky with her friends, I put down the camera and became more involved in her care. We went for long walks together north of Dogtown, me canvassing the sands for Pueblo and artifacts, leaving them there, of course, and her nose on the trail of some long-past antelope squirrel.
Good girl.
Drew also loved the water, so when it got hot enough, we hiked Kanab Creek. Low water levels don't matter much when you're a Dotson, and she could still get fairly submerged and wade through the abundant watercress and darting minnows. Drew had a ton of natural charisma and a very expressive face, and this naturally led to her being on a lot of Best Friends promotional materials. She did Facebook Lives, she even got her own Instagram account. She also had a room at the Best Friends Roadhouse named after her. I hesitate to anthropomorphize, but I do believe She is sort of understood and believed her own hype. Earlier this July, Drew hurt her back, and after it became evident that healing was not occurring, despite the treatments, rest, and medication, caregivers and medical staff decided to release her from her pain. It was hard to see Drew, an elite athlete, even at almost 14 years old, struggle to move around. I took her on a sleepover the last night. She got lots of cheeseburgers, and she was let go, surrounded by friends this afternoon. It was quick. She was tired. It was her time. After she crossed, caregivers who had not been able to interact directly with her could pet her soft fur, stroke her silky ears, and kiss her head. It was unbelievably moving. We love you, Drew, and we will always miss you. Dogtown feels impossibly empty without you. Your friend, Molly.
Benediction. When it rains. Raindrops fall, sweet tears from angels. Gray skies hide sunshine high. One more sweet soul is at the bridge. One more tucking in draws nigh. The soul escapes and taking flight, as now our companion is set free. No more pain, yet now such sorrow. But alas, an end to life's misery. The angels in glorious union sing on high, and the rain begins. Tears of joy for the new arrival, tears of sadness for family and friends. I've often heard it said at times that when it rains, it pours. And when the thunder shakes your heart, you know the grief is yours. But every storm shall always cease, and the sun shall shine again. For love that causes tears like rain shines warm and bright without end.